What's up, guys? We're coming at you for the first time live. It's me, Ray, and the Fantasy Footboy here to bring you a mock draft. We're going to do a super flex 4-round mock draft, and we're doing a tight end premium. What's the premium on these tight ends, Marty?
Oh, we're doing 1.75 just to add a little extra value to these tight ends.
Yeah, I do. I like that a lot. I really think when you're setting up a league that you should be trying to like make every single position almost like equal value. It's going to be impossible with the tight ends just because it's not as deep, but like getting them up there to where, you've got a few tight ends that are in the discussion with like, your top running backs, top wide receivers, and like maybe the back end of the quarterback ones. Like, it's a good thing. It brings a lot of diversity to your league.
Yeah, I think, last year was my first year really diving into the tight end premium leagues. But, this year I just thought, it'd be kind of fun to mix it up. I know in the leagues that we joined a lot last year, we were doing mainly 1.5. And the leagues that I formed, I was doing more of the 1.75. So I just think it adds once again, just like a little extra value, a little extra bump to these tight ends. Because right now they're just so devalued that so many people fade them outside of the top few. And I just think at this point, get into those premium leagues, try the 1.575, go up to the 2s. I've even seen some crazy 3-point tight end premium leagues. Mess around with them. I think they're fun.
If you're in one, let us know what it is and how it's going.
Yeah.
Speaking of, do we got a link to the live here that we can?
Yeah, definitely working on it. Definitely first time going live, so some. I think I've got it copied out here.
All right. Well, I want to
posting it in the chat now. I know it still says the Dynasty Trade Show. One thing at a time.
Hey, this is our first live, so I think we get a pass on that.
Yeah. I don't know how that generated as the thumbnail, but sometimes you get what you get. Oh, here we go. Easy peasy, chicken squeezy.
All right. Only 2 more to fill this thing up, which I'm pretty proud of us for filling this up on the first go here.
Yeah. We had a 7 o'clock rough start time to get this thing going. So I know a lot of these people are from several of our leagues, several of the discords that we're in. Shout out to the Nate List Discord. I think that was the first one that I ever joined. Back when I got in the card game, honestly, during the pandemic in 2020, I was listening to a lot of the Radio Underworld and Matt Kelly, just listened to some different podcasts, and then really kind of got into the card game a little bit and started following Nate's podcast there and really enjoyed it. And when he started his Discord, I jumped in, and then I think the Dynasty community in there really blew up over the past year and a half, which is it's really fun. It's a really good group of guys. Definitely highly recommend it. If you're not already part of Nate's Discord, go ahead and join it. It's
there's a real difference of like playing in a home league and playing in a Discord with other people that are watching as much fantasy content as you or even more,
Hey, if you're in the live chat right now, can you do me a favor and just drop a comment down there? It's also good, just helpful for our live stream. Still, like I said, working through some kinks here, so I want to go live just a little bit early. See if we can view comments, see if we can bring them up on the screen. Once again, kind of a new process for me.
Yeah, no, this is definitely, it's been fun, and it's helped us kind of, we've had conversations about this kind of stuff for years, and it's nice to kind of lay it all out. When you make a video, you got to like think about it and organize your thoughts a little bit better.
Yeah, rather than just our morning coffee phone calls that we do every day. All right, I I do see us live here on the YouTuber.
Yeah. Yeah, the song though.
You say, yeah. What do you guys think of the chicken batter? Batter. Yeah, once again, still trying to find our vibe here. We did start this thing off as the modern dynasty. Found out that there was an Asian daytime soap opera that shared the same name that seemed to be running a little longer than we had been running. So
yeah, a couple hundred more episodes.
Kind of felt like maybe it was a tough search to navigate. So, all right, I'm gonna put a message here in the chat about needing a couple more.
So yeah, we did I guess have some interesting Lamar news today.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
Yeah, so we got that message from him to the fans, cryptically ending in saying he'll be back.
Yeah, I mean, is he going to be back in a Ravens uniform is the real question. I don't know.
That we were talking about is Washington, D.C. is only 38 miles away from Baltimore, Maryland. And, how many of the fans would he take with him if Washington wound up coughing up the 2 firsts for him?
Yeah, no, I like that Washington landing spot. I think they have the draft capital to do it. They're definitely outside of the range in the draft this year as far as being able to trade up and get that quarterback that they want, even if it is a developmental quarterback. So, yeah, I feel you. I'm not seeing the comments popping up on my side, but I do see it here. I do know you got Nikeo here saying that he's going to be pretty devastated if they lose Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Do you live in Baltimore or you just a Ravens fan? Because we're still a little bit bitter because you stole our team and won a Super Bowl with it.
Yeah.
We're Cleveland Browns fans here, obviously. Live in Maryland? Yep.
Yeah, it's tough stuff. Well, I don't understand why they won't pay the man, because he's clearly one of the best guys in the league at quarterback, and you're not going to get a better option than that.
Yeah, the whole thing has seemed bizarre. Especially, Kyler went out and got his bag pretty easily. There was like a little bit of a pushback, but he seemed to go out there and get it. And I don't know what Kyler has shown that Lamar hasn't at this point in their careers.
Right.
And I think Lamar's shown progress as a passer.
Yeah. He's definitely made strides every year.
Mm-hmm. I think I see. Look at that, Ray. We're like full functioning comments and stuff on the screen.
Holy crap. That's pretty amazing. Yeah, this is our first live stream, so it's a fun experience.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here to help us work it out. And
yep.
Get this mock done too.
Learn something new every day, right? That's the life goal. Get a little bit better, learn something new. All right, we gotta get this thing filled up. We stalled out on these last 2 picks. I want to get this mock draft going.
I don't want to have computers. If worst comes, worst case scenario, we can pause it and group decide a pick, so it's not just an auto pick if we can't fill it up.
Yeah. Well, I think we got 10. Let's go 10 minutes. Hopefully we'll get it filled in 5. But if we don't have anything at 7:15, we'll start looking at another process here.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, let's I'm gonna pressure people. Yeah, this new song is a real head bopper.
Yeah, no, it's you got Nikhil here talking about the Lions with the 6th pick. That is pretty nuts. Like that. I mean, who would have thought when they traded Stafford that one of those picks would have turned around into a top 6 pick? To be honest.
Yeah, man. Especially with them going to the Super Bowl and then having like immediately after a top 6 pick.
Yeah. All right, we only need one more.
Woo!
All right, I'm gonna go bug Doc here.
Yeah, what the heck, Doc? Oh, Chris the Card Man, yeah! This dude has been with us since day one. Thank you, bro. Yeah, this anybody who's interested, please hop on Twitter, follow us at Dynasty Bebop. Follow the YouTube channel. We friggin' love it. We're making lots of videos. We're still hitting our stride, working out the kinks, and worst case scenario, if you're in leagues with us, you can get all of our takes and figure out which guys we like. So that might be a good enough reason to get subscribed. All right, there it is. We're full.
All right, who was it?
Tamer Fed.
Okay. I just got Doc to agree to it too. That's actually perfect. We don't want Doc in here anyways.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
so we are going to randomize the order here.
Yep. We're going to randomize the order, just get it fired up, get, little change of pace, just make sure no one's just jumping in with already their pick in mind. I think it throws a little bit of curveball, makes you think quick on your feet. So get this randomized real fast. And just a reminder, this is 1.75 Titan Premium. Do you want to go put that in the chat for me again real quick, Ray, just so the new guys know?
Yeah.
All right, we got it randomized.
Yeah, also make sure.
All right, let's get this thing going. Ready?
Yeah, I'm just going to make sure we everybody that just hopped in has the link to the YouTube really quick.
All right. So we got IMT Lou on the clock. Once again, thank you guys so much for coming out and supporting us. Appreciate it. We'd love to do these once a week, maybe even like plan them out, do some of these mock drafts and some landing spots. So no surprise there, Lou, with the Bijan Robinson. I know there's some discussion about those quarterbacks going early, but I think Bijan's got to be the way. All right, so the 3 quarterbacks went off the board. Interesting, I like that I ended up with this 105 spot. It's a very interesting spot in this draft. You have the Will Levis detractors. They don't exactly know how they feel about Will Levis as a prospect. Is he going to get to start right away, depending upon what team he goes to? I've seen some interesting landing spots, possibly even Detroit. taking him and letting him sit for a year behind Jared Goff. You do have, I feel like there is one elite wide receiver in this class with a Jackson Smith and Jigba. The other two wide receivers, I do think they do have high upside, but it's still more of the high end wide receiver 2, where JSN does have that top 5 name cachet, the 1,600-yard season. I think at this point, I'm going to go with JSN at the 105 over Will Levis. Yeah, just that value of the wide receiver.
Yeah, I think that JSN is the only receiver that I know that I want in this draft. I'm sure other guys are going to be good, and other guys, you're going to get a good value on them, but I think JSN's the only one that we can feel really comfortable about today and just add him to the roster.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, this is a sharp group. I like Levis going right after JSN. I don't like to see Levis falling down to the 1-9, 110.
I love that the Zay Flowers pick. I've been really debating this with the 110 recently in my a lot of my mock drafts. I think that 110 is really another tier start for a lot of players. Is Zach Charbonnet sneaking into that last tier? Is it Zay Flowers? Is it Jalen Hyatt? I'm starting to feel like this Zay Flowers is maybe starting to solidify himself into that 110.
Yeah.
Yep. Zach Charbonnet.
Zach Charbonnet is a good pick. I was hoping my pick would be really easy here, and I would have Zach Charbonnet to grab.
Yeah,
this is where it gets interesting.
Yeah, so we have a 1.75 tight end premium, don't forget. So that does make that tight end maybe a little juicier, depending upon how you feel about some of these running backs and the possible draft capital, or, maybe some of these potential sneak into the first round, early second round wide receivers.
Yeah, I think, man, it's really close here. There's one receiver that I like, but I know he's going to be a low target guy. So this actually might seem like a stretch to a lot of people, but I think that by the time we see the rookie draft come around, it's gonna be like a more popular pick. I'm going Hendon Hooker. Ooh. I'm gonna just bank on the value being there with like a second round pick for him. Late first would be insane. That'd be awesome. But if it's a second round pick, I think he might be the most valuable player on the board at this point.
Yeah. Very interesting. I did think maybe I was going to be a little bit sneaky here, and rather than taking Will Levis at the 105, taking the value of the Hendon Hooker at the 2.5, which is typically where I've seen him go in a lot of drafts. I know there's been some rumors of him sneaking up the draft board, but I'd say that's definitely one of the earlier picks. Ooh, we got Big Darnell. What do you think?
I like him as the tight end one. Like, he's huge. He's athletic. Like, what more do you want? Like.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that he's a tantalizing prospect. I know I felt like he was probably just a big blocker, and that was just kind of his thing. Donald Parham kind of player where it's like, yeah, he's really big, but what's he really adding to your like fantasy team outside of like the actual NFL team? So, but man, watching him in the actual combine, making some of the one-handed grabs, looking great running the gauntlet, running a crazy 40 time for his size. I mean, size adjusted speed score is, out of this mood. Yeah. So, like, let's go. I'm fine with it, man. Like I said, I was big reason why we did this 1.75 tight end premium was to see where some of these tight ends move up the board, because, I do think that this is a good tight end class, and I'm curious on how the fantasy leagues are starting to decipher them as far as talent goes.
Also, like, honestly, if you're at the 101, 201 slot, like don't try to make a safe pick, because that's how you perpetually stay there. It's like make high ceiling risky picks, because it'll either work out and you got like a smash, or it won't work out and your team will be right back at the bottom where you'll have the draft capital to like take shots at more high value guys, because you don't want to wind up perpetually in the middle. It's really hard to pull yourself out of that.
Yeah. Especially when you're in the second round, with the second round picks, if you're just shooting for that mediocre player, he's available in trade. You can go get him right now. You can go get yourself a Robert Woods or whatever player that you want to just give you a few 12-point weeks throughout the year. With this player, I still got to just trust the process a little bit and the player itself. Once we talked about the tight end premium, I'm still going to lean with Michael Mayer here. Just I feel like he's a very confident player. When you watched him at the combine, the way he held himself in interviews, he seems like that consummate professional. And those tight ends really seem to last and have longevity in the league.
And like the thing is, he produced really well in college. And like watching one of Nate's videos earlier today, like he was saying the best predictor of fantasy points being scored is college fantasy points. And this guy was a monster.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. He produced early, he produced often, and he's going to get on the field, especially, looking at the Travis Kelce types that can do everything as far as block. They can run routes. They're just a great teammate. He's totally that kind of guy. So I feel pretty confident. So I'll let you get back to, you got your pick coming up here in 2 picks. We did see Devon Achane. We got Josh Downs, which I thought was some really good value. We also got Tajay Spears. We got Dalton Kincaid. And
I think if you're getting Josh Downs at that 2-7, that's awesome. I really didn't like when he was like a back end of the first guy, and even that first 4 or 5 picks in the second round really feels too high. But once he's falling to the 2-6 or the 2-7, it's like, how could I not take this guy here?
Yeah. No, I like Josh Downs this year as that. I know Jahan Dotson's he's getting around 7 to 9 or so in your startups. That's pretty much where I see Josh Downs kind of falling out at. He does kind of remind me of that very similar player. Last year, you were taking Dotson, the end of the first, early second, and to get a very similar player at the 2-7. I'm going to take a shot on that kind of wide receiver. That he had a huge touchdown percentage when he was in college.
Brody might be autoing on us.
Here you come, Brody. You back? I see you.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Woo!
Just in time for the tank.
I didn't get the green blob on mine. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, my sleeper's been acting a little weird. It's like, Marvin.
Ooh.
Oh, this guy's sniping me left and right.
I know you got sniped on that one.
Oh yeah, I was about to have this great spiel about how I love Marvin Mims at the 2-12. Hats off to you, man. That was a good pick. All right, well, I guess I'll just go with a running back that I really like here, and I'm feeling really great about his, just ability to secure a spot on a team. That's Roschon Johnson. He's going to be a thing in the NFL.
Yeah, no, I once again, good value. Man, these first 2 rounds, I feel like right now it feels like you can't go wrong. And I know that, last year we were talking about Kyron Williams and David Bell and a lot of other players that, and of course, we don't want to talk about the quarterback situation from last year, but last year it still just didn't feel as good down here. And like right now, I've got picks in the third, late third, sometimes even early fourth, where I'm like, hey, this isn't bad.
Yeah. I don't think this is going to be like a lot of guys that are just going to be like, put them in your starting lineup and forget it. But these are going to be a lot of guys that are going to be flex worthy, filling out your like wide receiver 3, like running back 2-3 role. And like, they're going to be solid at doing that. And like, I think that's something that we can get excited about,
Yeah. All right. So I'm back here on the clock. So far I've taken Jackson Smith and Jigba. I've taken Michael Mayer. At this point, I'm probably done with my wide receivers. If we're looking at a best ball format, I'm probably looking at a few more best ball wide receivers here.
Yeah.
But if I'm in any sort of start-sit lineup league, at this point, I'm probably just going to be smashing some of these running backs. If I had not taken Michael Mayer and gone like a Tajay Spears, then I probably would have turned around here with a tight end. But I think at this point, I'm going to take one of the running backs I feel that's left that has kind of the proper size it takes to be an NFL back. I'm really back and forth on them. I think I'm going to go for the upside in like an Israel Abakanda or Abakandi. Right. So I'm going to open up the Abakandi shop and just rely on that speed and getting some of that Isaiah Pacheco level production with some draft capital is kind of what I'm hoping from an Izzy. So, once again, taking shots on these running backs that say, I'm imagining, we talked about it being a lineup league here. So I'm going to take a shot on a guy that's got the opportunity to give me 3 to plus starts throughout the year with upside into year 2. And I think that's a guy that's got some Izzy on it.
Yeah. Ooh, Laporta, I like that pick. Honestly, I haven't seen a pick here that I really disagree with so far. This has been a pretty sharp draft.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so we're seeing a lot of these running backs come off the board. I really do think that, with your 3rd and 4th round picks, like if you got a running back there, like we're just taking shots trying to get the next Isaiah Pacheco and stuff like that, because if you can at any point turn a guy that you picked in the 3rd or 4th round into a 2nd round pick or more, like I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to repeat that process every year of just picking up some like later round running backs and just flipping them when they increase in value. And that's really not going to happen with your later round wide receivers, because they're typically guys that are going to take a little bit longer to develop. So then you might not see them pop until like year 2, year 3, and then like how much are they even going to climb? All right. So it's on to me here. I've got kind of slim pickings.
I don't see Slim Pickens. Is he available?
Yeah, George's brother,
Yeah, so you started off with Hendon Hooker. You got Roshan Johnson. You got a little developmental quarterback. Nice, maybe a solid RB2.
Yeah, I think I am going to go. I just counseled everybody not to take wide receivers here, but there is a guy that I like. I really like, his skill set for the NFL. I think he's going to be one of these guys that's a later round pick that does actually wind up panning out just because of the way that he plays and like his production style. So, Parker Washington working out of the slot and catching a lot of stuff underneath. Like, I'm looking at a heavier Jarvis Landry type guy who's going to be able to like take hits and like, you're making a lot of contact when you're catching it over the middle. So I'm really happy about taking a guy that looks like a running back that plays that role.
Yeah, my only concern with like Parker Washington is like, we've seen these kind of like Amari Rodgers type players, Laviska Shenault. Yeah. I do like the Penn State wide receivers. I do. Footboy likes me some Penn State wide receivers. So
Yeah.
I do like the helmet, but I just don't know, to be honest, about him in the NFL. That's a guy I gotta kind of wait. I think it's gonna take the right coach to know how to utilize a player with that kind of skill set. So, I'm still a little reserved on him. But once again, into the third round, I think you're grabbing your guys that you feel comfortable with and you like his prospects, and you've been pretty high on Parker Washington for several months here.
Yeah, through the whole process, really. I'm actually surprised that he's as low as he is and like not even in consideration with some of these guys.
Yeah. I thought maybe you might go with a little Deuce Vaughn there. I do kind of like what Deuce has. I think sometimes you get like so beyond the model that maybe you can break it. So maybe he's just small enough that he's like beyond the model, and he can just be slippery, man. Like Tyreek Cohen, was a guy that we saw. He put up a top 12 season. Believe it or not.
I just I'm willing to let other people take that gamble, and
ooh, I was kind of looking at Hutch there.
Yeah, he's in the fourth round. You really can't complain about that. Like, we were looking at him as somebody who was an early second round, late first round receiver just 2 months ago. So I don't think he's gotten worse in that time. But we have seen the value drop. But I love it back here.
Yeah, it is. I like, especially, my first few startups of the year, all drafted from the 11th spot. And actually, it was really nice. I just got to sit and kind of watch the boards happen for a while. And it's really interesting sitting sometimes at the end of some of these boards and watching, seeing where maybe you can start targeting your next round players by what players went before you in the previous round. All right. So I think, I've already locked in my tight end. I would probably be taking more dart throws on tight end at this point. I kind of said that I was probably done with wide receiver, but I do have another wide receiver that's been on my list. I thought he did really well at the combine. It's kind of my version of Parker Washington, where I've been onto this guy for quite a while. And I think he's got a great name. I'm going to go with Puka Nacua. Puka? Yeah. Man, the guy got sent home early from the combine because basically he was told that, I think you're good enough. You've shown what you needed to. He was looking great on the field. Another guy who's kind of got a little Debo in him. Mm-hmm. He's a run after the catch player. Someone I'm still not hearing a whole lot of fantasy buzz about yet. I kind of want to keep it that way outside of, these fourth round Puka.
I get the feeling that this year we're going to have a couple of these later round wide receivers emerge. I just have no clue which ones it is.
Right,
I feel like better gambling on the running backs because I feel like a lot of them are at least going to have some value where you're going to be able to turn them around for a second or so, at some point if you just wait until the right moment. And the receivers, I'm not sure, but I do just feel like there's going to be a couple people because right now I feel like the wide receiver class isn't as weak as everybody thinks it is. So I think it just needs one or two guys to emerge, and it can be oh, wow, this was actually a sneakily good class for that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think this is a good class for depth on any roster. I think that this is not evidently a ton of huge upside guys here in the third and fourth round, but I think there's going to be producers that you're going to need. Especially, I know you and I would play in a lot of these start 11, start 12 leagues. Man, you need depth or you're not going to make it.
Yeah.
Let's go, team! Let's go!
All right.
All right.
Another tight end off the board. We got Tyler Scott.
I like the Tyler Scott pick. Yeah, I was just at the end of the third there. I was bashing taking receivers late, and then I'm like, oh, I like every receiver pick in the fourth round. But yeah, it's just, generally my strategy is going to be aiming for these running backs later. Feeling pretty dumb for taking Calvin Austin last year when I could have got Pacheco.
Yep, exactly. All right, we got 3 more picks left here in this draft. Get it wrapped up. Once again, appreciate everybody for coming in. If you haven't already, go down, give a like, comment, subscribe on the video. Really appreciate it. Helps us out. We're trying to just grow this channel. Once again, this is just, Ray and I have been talking Dynasty since 2018 when we first started doing these Dynasty leagues. And it's just kind of grown to an obsession for both of us that we were talking over an hour a day doing it. So, we spent the past couple weeks kind of producing small amounts of content, starting to get the programs figured out. Once again, it's our first live video, so welcome to history.
Yeah. Also, something I wanted to say is that we see a lot of the people that are watching our videos all the way through are repeat people, and we really appreciate all the people who show up time and time again to watch our videos. I know it's, could be kind of a grind watching us learn, but we appreciate you guys, and it's inspiration for us to keep growing and keep getting better. All right, so with Mr. Irrelevant, I'm gonna take a running back that I really like, a guy that's got the size and some of the metrics to potentially do it here. I'm actually pretty surprised that he was available here at the 412.
Yeah. Really taking a haul there at the end. It's nice. It's a big haul.
Yeah.
All right. Well, once again, we are Dynasty Bebop. You can find us on Twitter at Dynasty Bebop as well. Once again, follow us on there. We're posting our videos. Hopefully, we'll be doing more of these live streams. Let us know if you enjoyed it.
Yeah, we're also we're going to be launching a Discord once we hit enough YouTube subscribers, and at that point, we're going to be dropping at least some of our rankings on there for free for this first year. So, that'll be a good bonus for anybody who wants to come in the beginning. Is getting some free takes like that.
Nice. Well, appreciate it. Is it Nikale? Nikale, I believe. Appreciate the support.
Thank you. We appreciate you so much.
Yeah, I worked with a Nikale. He was from Russia. I used to work in Sandusky, and we have a lot of foreign people that would come and work during the summers, and he stuck around. Neek Hill. Okay, gotcha, Neek Hill G.
Awesome.
Kill. All right. Well, appreciate everyone for stopping in. We're going to log off. I got to go do some work tonight. I'm an overnight maintenance man during the night and a fantasy con creator during the day. So I got to go get it done tonight so I can get back and get it done during the day with some trades and making some more vids.
Yeah, we got a trade video coming up next, I think. And then we're going to probably do some more rankings and stuff, some more mock drafts. So if you guys have any trades that you want us to take a look at, please send them in to us. We'd love to look at them.
Peace.
All right, later.